United States is acknowledged, considered widely as one of the most incredible military capabilities. It continues to be leading in technical progress as well as military might, but on the most recent wish list for the Air Force in 2021, one airplane jumps out in particular, and the others, the formidable top-secret F-15EX aircraft, was only recently revealed to be the United States. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Air Force primary focus of recent budgetary press releases. Yet why is this craft considered one of the finest airplane in operation today? Why is it the U.S. Air Force's top priority? Let's get started. Recently, the U.S. Air Force provided declarations identifying the aircraft they intend to retire and the crafts they want to do in the future. Substitute, there will be more than 200 airplanes retired, which is reasonable because of the average age of the presently available fighter jet fleet. Crafts that are older than 29.18 years are exceedingly. It costs money to keep flying. Getting rid of these outdated aircraft will free $1.3 billion will be spent on new fighters. The majority of these $1.3 billion will be used to satisfy the wish list for more advanced aircraft. 12 F-15EX are on the wish list at the moment. Fighters to take the place of the aging F-15. Besides others, CD fighters are one of a sparse. F-15EX fighter fleet was ranked as the highest importance. Moreover, the most important monetary outlay every year on June 1st. Unfunded list of priorities given to Congress by the Air Force. The list of unfilled needs was also interesting because those who closely scrutinized it, a request for more F-35s was observed. There were no Joint Strike Fighters to be found from the wish list of the Air Force. Rather than asking for more F-35s in the air, instead made a request using force only towards the upkeep of current F-35s. As we are aware, this request is strange. The more aged aircraft, costlier to replace than to maintain. However, this little less economical request probably means the Air Force is anticipating a more recent iteration of the craft will released before purchasing a fleet of new vehicles. Due to the fact that the F-35s aren't being updated, the required new aircraft are standing even further. As a result, the F-15EX is the most significant. The U.S.'s pricey and sophisticated craft this year. The Air Force will invest with intends to keep adding more than 100 of the fighters to the fleet and the Air Force through 2026, furthermore retiring some of its legacy fleet of tanks, removing 14 KC-10 tankers from service, as well as the retirement of 18 KC-135 tankers. These planes will enable the Air Force to spend additional funding for the KC-46, especially with the change of KC-10 and the KC-46 with a KC-135 craft, also retiring 13 C-130H aircraft. 4 16E8 J-Star planes are typically employed for ground monitoring and targeting. Also, 20 RQ-4 Global Hawk Block 30 surveillance drones. Why is this significant? F-15EX, it is sufficiently sophisticated that it has precedence over other combatants. This aircraft costs $90 million. Defining quality, its dual function as a fighter vessel as well as a potent radar jammer. It primarily functions as a covert device, long-distance sniper in reality, with a powerful dual-engine similar airframe and power plants to the F-15CD. Therefore, there is a lot of underwing room to transport more air and hypersonic weapons, but it's different from the disc in one way. Important method. Additionally, it is a jamming platform that distinguishes it from other aircraft. Despite not being the first jammer, the F-15EX craft, the EF-111, was a jammer aircraft as well. The former is better since it packed with the most advanced Eagle warning, passive-active survival mechanism commonly known as EPAWS. EPAWS enable it to ascertain the frequency of hostile radar, then surround with a noise shield at the same frequency as itself that could block radar and defend itself and adjacent aircraft from being noticed by hostile radar. The F-15 is improved with the EPAWS system, superior than other fighter-sized weapons craft that jams radar as the EF-111 because it makes use of modern algorithms which enable it to operate automatically, accurately discover enemy sensors. With these sophisticated keeping capacities in mind, it is simple to understand why the F-15EX's speed is the Air Force's foremost priority. Powerful, and it can easily blend in with surroundings. Anti-enemy detection crafts. The priority of the Air Force is by retiring 421 more mature fighter aircraft and eliminating 117 vessels from their fleet in order to make financial provisions for the launch of a 12-ship fleet F-15EX crafts. With a total price tag of $1.3 billion, the increase in this new fleet will be aided by remodeling of 48 and F-35A jet that costs $4.5 billion, despite the fact that the F-35A fleet is bigger, lacking the advanced the F-15X's capacity to jam radar. The former combatants will take a number of outmoded airframe designs, resembles the 48 and 47 F-16CD, the F-15CD fighters that were expected to risk to aviation by 2023 because of extensive structural faults. Likewise, the Air Force will retire all 234 of its F-15CDs Fighting Falcon multi-role 124 F-16CD fighters, along with 63 A-10C Thunderbolt nearby air support jets, are still necessary. A part of the F-15X is the main rival it faces. The F-35. The two professions are both significant to U.S. Air Force's investments, but have important distinctions caused by their high-stakes competition. One of the main causes of detention is the fact in which the F-35, the only new acquisition for the Air Force program for fighters since 2009, the F-22 Raptor program's inception, stopped when the F-15X appeared on the scene from 2020's prior year. It presented an unforeseen obstacle to the F-35's superiority as the most innovative, highly invested combat program since the release of the F-15X. The two for funding crafts have been competing dollars and concur with the strategy outlined in 2022 are anticipated to join the Air Force. F-15X 6 additional crafts in 2023, resulting in a total of 80 in the end. The next planes over 5 additional years, and the 2020 budget $949 million were earmarked for upgrading existing F-15s, are using all of these resources with a view to development, the upkeep and acquisition of the F-15Xs. It is evident why the F-35s are experiencing heat as of right now. The Air Force is on the way to buying 24 fewer F-35s every year than in the past years. Additionally, the F-35s won't be operational until it's time to replace the worn-out F-15CDs. The biggest worry for the Air Force thus far is fleet maintenance, given that the F-15Xs will be prepared before to the F-35's, individuals additionally benefit from gaining financial priority, especially in light of the fact that the U.S. Air presently has 7 squadrons and behind of the desired 62 deemed essential to fulfill the national defensive method. Moreover, the F-15X has approximately 70 components of the CD models that are similar, referring to the change from the it will be easy to send CDs to your more recent X partners. They may also keep utilizing the same ground machinery, hangars, models, and other assistance equipment once used by the CDS. Due to the smoothness of the transition, the switches from CDs to Xs would only require a few weeks once, while a complete transition to an increased F-35 fleet could require months or years due to the requirement for transition pilots, facilities, and maintainers' equipment. The incompatibility of the F-35s utilizing the F-15CDs, however, the popularity of the F-15X may not long-term stability. The F-35s have improved stealth and advanced sensor fusion. It could help them restore their popularity if the F-15E(S) were successful. Less potent and practiced manufacturer of the F-15X, Boeing, has suggested more covert iterations of the artisanal past. Nonetheless, these models needed intensive developing period before they would be ready, time and resources as a use, resulting in the Air Force rejecting Boeing suggestions in favor of the less sly, however more accessible F-15Xs. The F-35's future is now in question. Uncertain if Boeing cannot acquire the more stealthy F-15 several years before flying readiness, the F-35s are expected to remain crucial parts of the United States fleet of the Air Force. But if the F-15Xs are effective and a more covert version, as soon as the current fleet becomes older, the Air Force will probably take over from the updated F-35's. Improved crafts made after the models of in the F-15X. Bringing the F-15X to market will give the U.S. Air Force permission to fly while remaining unnoticed in hostile airspace detection technologies created in China and Russian aviation technology. Advances military has received priority. Improvement since the end of the Cold War, always striving to equal the strength and technical prowess in light of other global superpowers. The F-15X is a clear choice for a reaction to more defensive detection methods used in other nations. Generally, the F-15X's introduction fleet depicts the U.S. The commitment of the Air Force to pursuing the most cutting-edge technologies available. This device has a lot of potential. Future growth and might be combined with AI, enabling an artificial intelligence pilot to study and run the EPOS system, because both operate on sophisticated and intricate using algorithmic methods. The F-15EX possibly also be accompanied drones that can be operated remotely, since has the ability to defend any nearby aircraft from discovery. Additionally to itself, the opportunities, and this combatant has boundless power. Additionally, the cutting-edge F-15EX stands apart. Cutting-edge military technologies. If you like this video and would like to view further materials that great aircraft, make sure to like and subscribe to this video, upfront fees, and activate alerts, and I'll see you later.